kinetic energy of an 150 kilogram object that is moving at a speed of 15 meters per second. We know that the mass is going to be 150 kilograms. We also know that the velocity is going to be 15 meters per second. But we don't know what the kinetic energy is. If we know that the equation is kinetic energy equals 1/2 mass times velocity squared, all we have to do is plug and chug. So all we have to do is multiply 1/2 times 150 times 15 what? Squared. If the order of operations is please end my day at school, what do we do first? Please, but nothing's really in parentheses that needs solved. What is the next one? Exponents. So we have to identify what that exponent is. 15 squared is equal to 225. And then nothing else changes. From here, all we have to do is multiply these three numbers together. And Kylie, what are our units going to be in? What are our units going to be in? Joules. Yes, because we're solving for energy. So the answer is going to be 16,875 joules.
I didn't get that when I multiplied it.
Double check. You guys ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah, can you write a little bit slower?
Sure. An object has a kinetic energy of 25 joules and a mass of 34 kilograms. How fast is the object moving? So we know that the kinetic energy is 25 joules. We don't know the velocity, but we do know that the mass is 34 kilograms. Because we're missing velocity on this, we're going to have to go a little bit further than normal because we are not given the variable v. We are given the variable v squared. So we know that the energy is 25. So we do 25 is equal to, make sure you always remember that 1/2, times 34 kilograms times velocity squared. What can I do to simplify this problem? 1/2 times 34. And what we're going to get is 17 times v squared. Where do I go from here? Divide, because we're multiplying, right? 17 times v squared, okay? We always do the opposite. So divide this side by 17. Divide this side by 17. This is going to cancel out, right? So we'll be left with whatever 25 divided by 17 is, which is, yeah, Bree, 1.47 is what I would round that to, is equal to velocity squared. MJ, are we done with this? No. What do we have to do to get rid of that exponent? Square root it. Square root this side. Square root this side. When we square root anything with an exponent, that exponent goes away, and we're left with v. 1.47 square rooted is equal to 1.21 what? Meters per second. All right. Number 3. Is this an okay pace?
Yeah.
Good. A moving object with a speed of 35 meters per second has a kinetic energy of 1,500 joules. What is the mass of the object? So we don't know what the mass is, but we know the velocity is 35 meters per second, and we know that the energy is 1,500 joules. All we got to do, guys, is plug this through. Kinetic energy, so we say 1,500 is equal to 1/2 times some unknown m times what? 35 squared. What do I solve first if my order of operations is please end my day at school? 35 squared. 35 squared equals 1,225. And nothing else is going to change yet. Hannah, what can I do on this side of the equation to combine? Exactly, we can multiply those numbers together. So 1,500 is equal to whatever 1/2 times 1,125 is. That's 612.5, but we're still multiplying by m. What's our last step? Divide by what?
6.
Yes. Divide by 612.5. Divide by 612.5. Anything divided by itself gives it a 1, so we're just multiplying 1m, so we can cancel those out. And we are left with m is equal to 2.448, but rounded, we get 2.45 what unit? What unit?
kg.
Kilograms. All right, the last one I'm going to do with you is this. What is the kinetic energy of a 1,200 kilogram object that is moving with a speed of 24 meters per second? So what variables do we know? We know the mass is 1,200 kilograms. We know that the velocity is 24 meters per second, but we don't know what the kinetic energy is. Remember, you guys don't have to keep writing out the equation. I'm just doing that so you can see where I'm coming from. This one's easy. We don't have to rearrange the equation. We just have to solve it all the way through. So we need to solve for kinetic energy. So we have to multiply 1/2 times 1,200 times 24 squared. First, we have to solve for that exponent, so this isn't going to change. But 24 squared is equal to 576. Can someone please enter this into their calculator and tell me what the answer is? Yeah. Exactly, and she even said the correct units. 345,600 joules.